World War I. World War I started due to tensions among powerful nations in Europe, including Germany and Austria-Hungary. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand sparked the war, and alliances pulled many countries into the conflict. The war introduced new weapons like machine guns, tanks, and poison gas, which caused massive casualties. Trench warfare made battles long and deadly with little movement. The war ended in 1918 with the defeat of Germany and its allies. It was so deadly because of industrial weapons and poor military strategies. It resulted in around 15 to 20 million deaths. The Treaty of Versailles punished Germany and helped set the stage for future conflicts, including World War II. Taiping Rebellion. The Taiping Rebellion started when Hong Xiuquan led a movement to overthrow the Qing government. Many people joined due to poverty and dissatisfaction. The rebellion turned into a massive civil war across southern China. Major cities were captured and destroyed during the fighting. The war ended when the Qing forces defeated the rebels in 1864. It was so deadly because of large-scale battles and famine during the conflict. It resulted in around 20 to 30 million deaths. It weakened the Qing dynasty and made China more vulnerable to foreign influence. Lushan Rebellion. The Lushan Rebellion began when a Tang general rebelled against the empire. He declared himself emperor and led a revolt. The conflict caused massive destruction and population loss. Cities were destroyed and millions were displaced. The rebellion was eventually defeated by Tang forces. It was so deadly because it caused both war and famine across the region. It resulted in millions of deaths. It weakened the Tang dynasty and reduced its control over China. Russian Civil War. The Russian Civil War started after the Russian Revolution when different groups fought for power. The Red Army and White Army were the main sides. The war spread across Russia, causing destruction and famine. The Red Army eventually won and took control. The war ended in 1923. It was so deadly because of internal conflict and food shortages. It resulted in millions of deaths. It led to the creation of the Soviet Union, which shaped global politics. 30-Year War. The 30 Years' War began as a religious conflict between Catholics and Protestants. It grew into a wider political war involving many European nations. Fighting caused destruction across Central Europe. Famine and disease made the situation worse. The war ended in 1648 with the Peace of Westphalia. It was so destructive and deadly because of long-waged conflict and lack of resources, which resulted in millions of casualties. It changed the political structure of Europe and reduced the power of religious control. World War II. World War II began when Germany, led by Adolf Hitler, invaded Poland. This triggered a global conflict between the Allied and Axis powers. The war involved large-scale battles across Europe, Africa, and Asia. The Holocaust led to the deaths of millions of Jews and other innocent groups. The war ended in 1945 after the Allied victory and the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. World War II was by far the deadliest war in history because of total war, advanced weapons, and attacks on civilians, which in the aftermath resulted in over 70 million deaths. The aftermath led to the creation of the United Nations and the start of the Cold War. Mongol Conquest. The Mongol conquest began when Genghis Khan united the Mongol tribes and expanded across Asia and Europe. The goal was to conquer land and control trade routes. The Mongols used fast cavalry and brutal tactics to defeat their enemies. Cities were destroyed and populations were wiped out. The conquest continued under his successors after his death. It was so deadly because entire cities were eliminated, and resistance was often punished harshly. It resulted in tens of millions of deaths. It helped connect regions through trade but also caused massive destruction across continents. Napoleonic expansion. The Napoleonic Wars began when Napoleon Bonaparte expanded French power across Europe. Other nations teamed up to stop him. Major battles were fought across the continent. Napoleon suffered a major defeat in Russia and later at Waterloo and later. The war ended in 1815. It was deadly because of constant large-scale battles across many countries and diseases which killed millions. It reshaped Europe and changed the balance of power. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please subscribe and like, since it took me a really long time, about 6 hours, to upload this video. And with each and every video incoming, my editing and idea will improve, hopefully. Please give a rating about my video in the comments and what I can improve. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.